These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together, they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. And taking on the awesome might of our quiz Goliaths today are We Know What We Know. Now, this friends and family team from the northeast of England take the inspiration for their team name from their strongly held quizzing belief that you either know the answer or you don't. Let's meet them.
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm 24 and I'm a sales executive.
Hi, I'm Harry. I'm 21 and I'm a marketing and business development executive.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm 29 and I'm a sales executive.
Hi, I'm Neil. I'm 32 and I'm a national account executive.
Hi, I'm Tim. I'm 32 and I'm a general manager.
So, Laura and team, welcome. Good to see you.
Hello. Thank you.
Roughly whereabouts you are? Exactly where are you all from? Which town?
Most of us from Darlington, except Harry, who's from Thirsk.
And you know, or we know what we know.
Yeah.
Is about if you don't know, you can't guess.
Yeah. Well, basically, we thought we'd come, and if we know it, we know it. If we don't, then, you know, we know what we know.
Now, so there is Daphne. You have a middle ground here because sometimes you don't know things, but you do know them. Or you guess them right. How do you do that? It's not just guessing.
Well, I can't explain my thought processes, but sometimes it's just a little, what we call an inkle, and it's sort of, if it's 50-50, then that one's slightly more 50 than the other one.
It's almost like your brain is an enormous attic with no light.
We have got brains like Velcro.
Yes, brains like Velcro. I was going to say you go and you rummage and you find things you didn't know were there.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes. Sometimes.
Not always, though.
No.
You quiz together, of course.
Yeah, we do.
Down the pub or where?
Sometimes the pub, but normally just with each other, to be honest. We just enjoy it, so...
What is it about quizzing that is just such a British thing?
It is, isn't it?
It is.
Tradition.
OK, good luck in this. Every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for our challengers. However, if they fail to defeat the Eggheads, the prize money rolls over to the next show. So we know what we know. The Eggheads have won the last 3 games, which means that £4,000 says you can't beat them today. You ready to start?
Yeah.
The first head-to-head battle is on the subject of history. Who would like this? Who's the history player?
What do you think, Guinness?
I reckon I'll go for it.
Do you want to?
Harry.
Go with Harry?
Harry, are you okay?
Yeah, we're going to go with Harry.
OK, Harry on history. Harry on history. Against which Egghead?
I think Dave.
I think we'll go Dave.
Yeah, Dave, please.
OK, Harry on history from We Know What We Know to tremendous knowledge, Dave. How about that? The perfect connection on history. And just to ensure there's no conferring, would you please take your positions in the question room? Good luck against tremendous knowledge, Dave, on history. And Harry, you could choose the first or second set of questions.
I'll go first, please.
Here we go. Which UK Prime Minister resigned from his post in the year John F. Kennedy was assassinated? Was it Harold Macmillan, Harold Wilson, or Edward Heath?
Right, I'm going to be honest, this question definitely predates my birth, so I've sort of narrowed out what I'm going for there. I haven't really heard of Harold Macmillan or Edward Heath, so I'm going to guess Harold Wilson, I think.
1963 was when it happened. It was Harold Macmillan. Harry. Another Harry. Dave, over to you. At the end of 1943, part of the South Hams district of Devon was evacuated to make way for rehearsals for which military event? Is it the Dam Busters raid, D-Day landings, or Battle of Britain?
Oh, right, rehearsals. I'll go D-Day landings.
D-Day landings is the right answer. Well done, Dave. You've taken the lead. Harry, see if you get some more luck with this question. Immediately prior to his return to Iran in 1979, Ayatollah Khomeini lived in which country? Is it United Kingdom, France, or East Germany?
Again, I've got one that I'm not entirely sure on. Iran has had some potentially bad press recently, so I might have to go with East Germany, as it's that side of the Berlin Wall at the time. So I'm going to say East Germany.
He was in exile in, I think, was it Paris?
Paris.
Yeah, Paris in France. France is the answer, Harry. Tremendous knowledge, Dave. Your question, you get this one right, then the round is yours. Which famous designer built the R100 airship that successfully flew to Canada and back in 1930? Is it Nigel Gresley, Barnes Wallis, or R.J. Mitchell?
I'm going to go Nigel Gresley.
Oh, what?
Chris is appalled. Chris, why the reaction?
Well, Nigel Gresley was the chief mechanical engineer of the London North Eastern Railway at the time. He had nothing whatever to do with flying contraptions.
So it was...
Barnes Wallis.
Barnes Wallis it was, Dave.
Didn't know.
So you're not knocked out just yet, Harry. Come on, let's get a right answer here. Which Roman emperor was the immediate successor of Trajan? Is it Vespasian, Hadrian, or Claudius?
Again, this is one that I'm not entirely sure on. Okay, well, in terms of the name, it's like Hadrian, and I'm not entirely sure, so I'm going to guess Hadrian.
I'm liking your logic here. Has he got it right, teammates, do you think?
I think so.
I don't.
This just proves we know what we know, because he doesn't know. He's got it right, though. Well done. Well done. Off the starting blocks, Harry. There's something about the H answers, isn't it? It was Harold Macmillan, and then it's Hadrian. There's a pattern here. OK, Dave, if you get this one wrong, we go to sudden death. Which house on the Sandringham estate was the home of George V before he became king? Was it Holloway Cottage, Brook Cottage, or York Cottage?
I've not heard of this at all, so I'm going to go Brook Cottage.
Any eggheads know?
York Cottage?
York Cottage is the right answer, Dave. So 1 point each after 3 questions. We go to sudden death. I might call that a let-off, Harry.
Yeah, I would as well, I think.
It gets a little bit trickier now because I don't give you alternative answers. We're on sudden death, OK?
Okay.
Here we go. The remains of the Venerable Bede are believed to have been transferred in the 11th century to which northern city's cathedral?
Right, well, I'm not sure, if I'm honest. If I think of big cathedrals in the north, there's Durham, York, there's Ripon, I suppose that's a bit smaller. York's obviously got the Archbishop of York, so I'm gonna choose York, I think.
You're mainly from Darlington, teammates. What do you think? Is he right about this?
I don't
I
know.
think so.
Not 100% sure.
It's Durham.
That's what I was thinking.
You named it, and then moved past it, I'm afraid. Dave, Simon de Montfort, the leader of a baronial revolt against Henry III, was invested with which earldom in 1239?
Earl of Leicester.
Leicester is the right answer, Dave. Well done, you've taken the round on sudden death. Sorry, Harry, you were knocked out there, but early days for your team, and let's see what happens next. Do return to us. So, as it stands, we know what we know have taken a knock and lost a brain. Harry's from the final round. The Eggheads have still not lost a brain. They're all sitting there rather over-contentedly. A bit smug, you might say. We'll see whether something can happen now. The next subject is music. Who wants
I think
this?
no music.
Chris, wasn't it? Chris, yeah.
I think it's have to be myself.
OK,
Chris.
Chris, and against which Egghead can't be Dave?
I think I'm going to take on Chris.
This has happened more than once recently, hasn't it? That the person with the name Chris goes for Chris.
It's a good name.
It is a very good name.
If we got together any time, we could take over the world.
So Chris from We Know What We Know and Chris from the Eggheads, please get together now in our question rooms. Would you like to go first or second, Chris from the Challengers?
I will go second, please.
Here we go. Egghead Chris, your question. For what does PYT stand in the title of a 1984 single for Michael Jackson? Is it Pretty Young Thing, People You Trust, or Pull Yourself Together?
I don't think it's people you trust. It's got to be Pretty Young Thing.
PYT is Pretty Young Thing, yes. Chris, your question. Which of these was a founder member of the girl group Bananarama? Nadine Coyle, Liz McClarnon, or Karen Woodward?
Well, I believe Nadine was in Girls Aloud. Liz McLaren, I think, was in Atomic Kitten, so I'm going to go with Karen Woodward.
And have you heard of Bananarama?
I was very young, but yes.
You were very young, that's what I was thinking. In fact, I think just as you were born, they were singing the first.
Yeah, I believe so.
But you've got it right, Chris, well done. Karen Woodward. OK, Chris, Egghead Chris. What was the title of Neil Young's 1972 UK Top 10 single? Heart of Darkness, Heart of Gold, or Heart of Glass?
Well, Heart of Glass was Blondie, so it's not that. And Heart of Darkness is a Joseph Conrad novel, so it's got to be Heart of Gold.
Yeah, it is Heart of Gold. But you heard the song, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we know what we know. We're back with you, back with Chris. The arrival in Europe in 1919 of the Southern Syncopated Orchestra did much to popularise what type of music? Chris, is it classical, jazz, or rock and roll?
To popularise classical has always been quite hard. Orchestra. I know people say orchestra, a bit of classical, but popularise. I'll go with classical.
Eggheads?
Jazz.
Jazz, yeah. Too early for rock and roll, but it was jazz that's... Well, I mean, where are the origins? The very, very start of jazz was the USA, yeah? And 19th century?
Yeah. Jazz, as what we would call jazz today, would go back to about the 1880s.
Right.
Various other things fed into that.
Okay. Big Chris. You get the round if you get this one right, Chris. Wherever we go, whatever we do, we're going to go through it together. Our lines from the song Together Wherever We Go, from which musical? Is it Gypsy, Bugsy Malone, or Carousel?
Well, it ain't Bugsy Malone. Nor is it Carousel, it's Gypsy.
Gypsy is the right answer, Chris. Well done, you've got the round. Sorry, other Chris. Been knocked out, but he's a doughty fighter, old Chris the Train. He went like an express train, and you've been knocked out. Chris, do return to us here. So as it stands, we know what we know. Our challenging team have lost 2 brains now from the final round. The Eggheads have still not lost a brain. The next subject for you is geography. Who wants this? Can't be Chris or Harry.
I'm all right to take it. I'll give it a go. I'm not
Do
very
you want me
good.
to go or you to go? Which one?
I think we'd be better off keeping you two. So.
We'll go.
Yeah, I'm going to go with geography.
Good, Laura. Get into the question booth. Excellent. Against which Eggheads?
What should I go for, guys?
Just go for your idol.
I was going to say go for your idol, whoever you want to do it with,
I
yeah.
think I'd like to face Daphne. 2 girls and that.
Okay, very good.
Quite nice.
So, Laura from We Know What We Know against Daphne, and this is the great test of We Know What We Know, or Daphne's thing, the inkle, and sometimes we know stuff we don't know, so we can now
Yeah.
find out what happens when you go up against each other. Please go to the question room now. Well, Laura, I know you're a fan of the show,
I am.
so I'm hoping you're feeling good about this moment.
I'm very excited, Jeremy.
How does it feel being in the question room next to the great Daphne?
Oh, it's so strange, but amazing. Great experience.
Let's see how you go. On geography, Laura, would you like to go first or second?
I think I'll go with first, Jeremy.
Here we go. The volcano Eyjafjallajökull, which erupted in 2010, causing major disruption to civil aviation, is located in which country? Is it Iceland, Sweden, or Poland?
Right. I think I've heard of a volcano in Iceland. It sounds more from there to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm going to go have a punt and go with Iceland.
Iceland is the right answer. Well done. Yes, sent ash up into the air. Amazingly, delayed flights all over the world, didn't it? Yeah. Incredible. Yeah. Daphne, San Miguel is the largest island in which Atlantic Ocean group? Is it the Azores, Maldives, or Seychelles?
Well, the other 2 are in the Indian Ocean, and it's the Azores.
Azores is the right answer. Back to you, Laura. What type of vehicles carry passengers on the Nottingham Express transit system? Is it cable cars, trams, or underground trains?
Right. One of my best friends actually lives in Nottingham, so I've been there a few times, and I've noticed there's definitely quite a few tram rails, so I'm going to go with trams.
Trams is the right answer. Playing well. You're doing really well. 2 out of 2. Okay, Daphne, your question. What is the approximate size, I know you love these, in square kilometres of Australia? Is it 0.7 million, 7.7 million, or 70 million?
I don't know. 70 million.
The answer is 7.7 million.
Oh, right.
Got it wrong. Okay, well, this is good, Laura, isn't it?
Yeah, really good.
Let's
I can't
treasure
believe
the
it,
moment.
actually.
We treasure the moment here. You're ahead of Daphne. You're a big Eggheads fan. You're playing Daphne, and you're about to pitch her out of the competition, and she'll be very sporting if you do. So you don't have to worry about that. You've got to get this one right, though.
Okay.
The shipping forecast area, formerly known as Heligoland, now has what name? German Bight, Viking, or Bailey?
Oh, I don't know. This one's going to have to be a guess. Just going to go straight down the middle. Try Viking.
See if Daphne knows. Daphne?
German Bight.
German Bight is the answer. Oh, Laura, have we let her back in with all her inkles on the run? Through which part of England does the M53 motorway run, Daphne? Is it New Forest, Wirral Peninsula, or Pennines? If you get this wrong, Daphne, you will have gone.
I know, and I haven't got a clue. The Wirral.
The Wirral is the right answer.
I'm so sorry.
Laura, we go to sudden death now, which means it gets a tiny bit harder because I don't give you alternative answers. Good luck, here we go. Patras, the European capital of culture in 2006, is the third largest city in which country?
I'm thinking Patras. To me, it sounds Greek, maybe. Yeah, I think I'll just go with Greece.
Greece is correct.
Oh my God.
Good play. Daphne, to stay in, you need to get this right. Latakia is a Mediterranean port in which country?
Turkey?
Oh, Daphne, you've got it wrong. It's Syria.
Oh.
There we are, Laura. How about that?
That was amazing.
It wasn't so bad. You've won, you triumphed, you're in the final round. Well done. Daphne has been knocked out. The Inkles did not beat the great We Know What We Know team. Please come back to us and we will play the next round. As it stands, We Know What We Know have lost 2 brains. The Eggheads have lost Daphne after that big build-up I gave you. It's probably my fault again, isn't it?
Yes.
The next subject is sport. So which of you would like this?
Neil, down to you, Neil.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll do it.
Okay, Neil, against which Egghead? It can be Kevin or Barry, so one from either end.
I think Barry.
Barry, yeah.
I think Barry.
Barry.
I think Barry.
Yeah.
Do Barry.
What are you guys saying?
All right, I can see you're looking forward to this. It's We Know What We Know on sport, and it's Neil playing Barry. Please go to the question room now. So sport, Neil, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first, please.
Here we go, good luck. In boxing, which phrase has been trademarked in the United States by the well-known ring announcer Michael Buffer? Is it, it's hammer time, let's get ready to rumble, or let's get it on?
Let's make sure I get this right. Yeah, he's made a fortune from it, hasn't he? It's let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble is the right answer, Neil. Well done. Okay, Barry, in which country is the Force-Lass racecourse located? Is it the Republic of Ireland, Scotland, or Wales?
Ah, this is one of the newest racecourses to come on stream, isn't it? I believe it's in Wales.
Wales is your answer, and it's correct. And that's new, Barry, is it, that one?
Yes, it's only been on stream a couple of years, I think.
Interesting. You would have known that, Neil.
Yeah, I knew that, yeah.
The footballer known as Neymar made his full international debut in 2010. For which team? His name is spelled Neymar, one word. Is it Italy, Brazil, or Ghana? Neymar.
Yeah, he's ridiculous haircut. It's Brazil.
Brazil is the right answer. Wow, you know your stuff on football, I can tell. Okay, Barry, which British sportsperson did Tony Minichiello coach to gold at the 2012 Olympics? Was it Victoria Pendleton, Mo Farah, or Jessica Ennis?
Tony Minichiello, that name rings a bell. Ah, it was Jessica Ennis.
Why do you say that with such certainty?
Yeah, I just remembered it.
Yeah, I read a piece on this just a few days ago. Tony Minichiello is the coach of Jessica Ennis. Okay, so we're equal after two each. Neil, the record for the longest Davis Cup match in history was broken in February 2013 in a doubles match between Switzerland and the Czech Republic that lasted just over how many hours? 7, 9, or 11?
It was that one in Wimbledon, wasn't it, a couple of years ago? That was, I think it was 12 or something. So I'd go with 11, but total guess.
Let's see if Barry knows this. Barry?
I would have gone with 7.
7 is the right answer, Neil.
Was it?
Yeah. Barry, if you get this right, you're in the final round. In 2012, which rugby union team began playing home games at the Kassam Stadium in Oxford? Is it London Welsh, London Irish, or London Wasps?
Oxford Stadium. I'm pretty certain it's not London Irish. Not sure on this one. I'm going to go for London Wasps.
I wonder if Neil knows this.
I'd have guessed possibly London Welsh, but it would have been a guess.
Well, London Welsh would have been right. So Barry got it wrong, so you're equal after 3 questions. Yeah, this is getting to be quite a contest now. Keep up the pressure here, Neil. Don't let him in. Gets a bit harder, I don't give you alternatives, okay? The Borg Warner Trophy is awarded to the winner of which race?
I don't have a clue. I'll have a guess at the New York Marathon. Just absolute guess.
Anyone here know?
Indianapolis 500.
Indianapolis 500 is the answer. Not the New York Marathon. This for the round, Barry. The Wire is the nickname of which British rugby league team?
The Wire.
The Wire.
Rugby league teams tend to be alliterative. So I'm looking at Widnes or Warrington. I'll go for Warrington.
I can accept that. The team is
Warrington
Warrington
Wolves.
Wolves. Yeah. But I can accept Warrington. So you've done it. Well, that was a good bit of logic there, actually pulling that out. The Wire are the Warrington Wolves, and Neil, that means you will not be in the final round. I'm sorry. Wow, good contest. Come back to us and we will play that final. So this is what we have been playing towards. It is time for the final round, which as always is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So Harry, Chris and Neil from We Know What We Know, and Daphne from the Eggheads, would you please leave the studio? So Laura and Tim, you are playing to win We Know What We Know, £4,000. Kevin, Dave, Chris and Barry, you're playing for something that money can't buy, the Eggheads' reputation. As usual, I will ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time the questions are all general knowledge and you can confer with each other. So Laura and Tim, the question is, are your 2 brains better than the Eggheads' 4? And would you like to go first or second?
I think we'd like to go first, please.
OK, here we go, good luck. Six-pack is a colloquial term for a well-developed set of which muscles? Is it biceps, abdominals, or gluteals?
Definitely abdominals.
Abdominals, isn't it? Yeah. Abdominals, please, Jeremy.
Abdominals is the right answer, well done. You're off the starting pad. Eggheads, in the children's book Stig of the Dump, what is Stig? Is Stig a caveman, a spaceman, or a merman?
Caveman.
He was a caveman? Okay. Stig is a caveman.
He is a caveman. I remember reading that, I think 40 years ago. OK, your question. Harry Selfridge, the retail magnate who founded the store that is named after him, was born in which country? Is it Russia, USA, or Australia?
I know this one.
USA, isn't it? It's on TV, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been on TV.
Jeremy Piven plays him, doesn't he, I think? I think we'll go with USA.
You've been watching it, Laura?
Yes.
USA is the right answer. 2 out of 2. Here's your question, Eggheads. Petra, a ruined city in Jordan, derives its name from the ancient Greek word for what? Rock, lake, or tree?
Rock.
Yes,
Founded by the
rock,
Nabateans.
Yeah, the word is Petros, which means rock.
Rock is the right answer. So, it's your 3rd question. Get this one right. Laura, you know this quiz really well. The 3rd is often vital. Put the pressure on them. Who knows what can happen? What is the name of the detective created by Michael Innes in the 1930s, who first appeared in the novel Death at the President's Lodging? Is it John Appleby, Roderick Allen, or William Monk?
I'm not sure.
I've got
at
no
all.
idea.
Do you know what I mean? Can we try and maybe not gone out or anything?
No.
I honestly have no clue.
No idea. Just
1930s, I think of maybe a name from back
John
then that would
Appleby,
be
no.
more common. I have an inkling towards John Appleby, but that's just me. It's up to you.
You've been quite good today, though, haven't you?
I don't even...
I think you've been lucky today. So we'll go with John Appleby.
John Appleby is your answer, OK. And the whole we know what we know thing was that if you don't know, you don't know. We now realise that if you don't know, you sometimes do know, because John Appleby is quite right. Well done, you played really well. That's right, so he's American author, is he, or what?
No, British.
Oh, I see, so he's writing about the president's lodging, but...
No, the president in this instance is the president of Knoxbridge College.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Ah,
So he
okay.
very academic settings often for his books.
Oh, okay, I was thinking American. All right, John Appleby's right. Anyway, well done. 3 out of 3. Well, 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 Eggheads, we've been here before. Just when you thought you were safe to go back in the water. What entertainment did the entrepreneur Bertram Mills regularly stage at Christmas in Olympia in London, beginning in 1920? Was it a dancing contest, circus, or opera?
Bertram Mills Circus. Yes. That was, very, very big in its day. Bertram Mills Circus.
Circus is your answer. Did he used to say roll up? Did he have some kind of...
I don't know.
Bertram, why have we heard of
Probably
Bertram?
would have done. Yeah, it was the definitive circus for years.
Circus is the right answer. So we go to sudden death, gets a bit harder. I don't give you alternatives. Ringo Starr sings the lead vocal on which track on the Beatles' 1967 album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band?
I'm really rubbish at Beatles songs.
God, I was hoping you'd know.
Honestly,
Think.
I'm falling at them. Just sing as long as you can. Got Strawberry Fields and Let It Be. I don't know, I'm really bad at it.
On that album, obviously it's the Sgt. Pepper song.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'd be that one. I'm not sure. I'm not
Really
sure
hard.
which songs are on which albums. Do you want to just guess one? A famous one?
Strawberry Fields?
Yeah.
Strawberry
try.
Fields?
Forever.
Strawberry Fields Forever. It's not. I think that might be on that album actually, isn't it?
No, it's
It's
not.
not on that. It's the one. The album starts with the track Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and then it kind of just sweeps into a second track, which goes, "What would you do if I sang out of tune again," etc. And that's With a Little Help from My Friends, and that is the answer.
Of course it is.
With a Little Help from My Friends.
Oh, well, it's okay.
Okay. So we're on sudden death. If you get this one right, then the contest is over. Here we go, Eggheads. Which film starring David Niven and directed by Powell and Pressburger was shown at the first Royal Film Performance in 1946?
Matter of Life and Death. Yeah, Matter of Life and Death. It's the one where he plays an RAF pilot who might or might not be dead and has to go through a trial in heaven. And it's called A Matter of Life and Death.
A Matter of Life and Death is the right answer. So we say congratulations, Eggheads. You have won. But thank you, Laura and Tim, for coming in, and
Thank
team. And I hope you enjoyed it.
Very enjoyable. Thank you very much.
And you ran them pretty close. You ran them close. Just 1 or 2 answers at the end had gone your way, you would have definitely beaten them. So commiserations to We Know What We Know, because you now discover you know some things that maybe you don't know.
Maybe, yes.
There's some brilliant guessing on your side as well. The Eggheads have done what comes naturally to them, and they reign supreme over Quizland still. I'm afraid that means you won't be going home with the £4,000, so the money rolls over to our next show. Eggheads, congratulations. Who will beat you? Join us next time to see if a new team of challengers have the brains to defeat the Eggheads. £5,000 says they don't. Till then, goodbye.